Yo, 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 what up, everybody? It's your boy, Julie Jules, and we are back with another This Ain't No Flophouse Friday podcast. And today, I got my homegirl, not my homegirl, but my girl, Rena Ree, in the building.
Hi.
This is episode 9. I know last week I said it was episode 10, but I got some things kind of mixed up because we did that sports one. And so, yeah, this is actually episode 9. Last week was episode 8. And yeah, so we got it right this time. But how you doing, Rena?
I'm good. A little nervous, but I think I feel like this podcast is anticipated and we've been talking about it and
Yeah. Since I started doing this, I mean, you were one of the ones that was supposed to be on like right away.
yeah. So excited though.
Good,
It's
good,
been
good.
time. It
Yeah,
had to happen.
I'm glad to have you in here.
Thank you.
So first of all, I just want to ask you, like, what game made you fall in love with gaming? Like, you're a gamer, you know what I'm saying? So, like, what
Yes.
game, just put you, like, God, I love this. I love gaming.
There's so many. It's such a good question though because I feel like I was one of the only girls growing up playing video games. So I was in a family of just me and my mom, and video games was like something that my mom probably really hated. But um, I had so many, so it's so hard to pick because like I was such a big Zelda player. Um, I mean Mario back in the day, Sega. Sega was a really big game to me that I played often growing up. But I guess just getting past that and all the consoles that I played with, like, I'm gonna say like Call of Duty, but
Right.
so I guess those older games that I mentioned, and I don't know, like I loved games like Tetris, just always trying to figure out how to make those damn things fit. So
Right.
strategic game, just all those games growing up led me to probably playing Call of Duty as much as I do.
Okay. So, so what are all the consoles that you've owned then? And then tell me, like, your favorite game from every console that you've owned. In my mind, I feel like I know like every game that was like my favorite game for that console that I owned, and I've owned like pretty much all of them except for
Yeah.
the Sega
Um,
Saturn. I believe I didn't own.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like that was so long ago. I don't know. I feel like on Xbox was just all Halo for me. I guess
Okay.
with Xbox. I don't know why, but maybe that's when I started playing like on Xbox and not, Game Boys and stuff like that. Game Boys was something that I played with often. So like I may have been able to play on every console, but it was never consistent like it was with Game Boy. So that's why I always say like Zelda and games like that on Game Boy, it that was the only thing that I played. So once I got to Xbox was Halo, PlayStation was more of like Call of Duty time for me and Apex and stuff like that. But um, I stuck with those games. You know me, I don't like more than one option.
I
So
know.
I'm
Yeah.
very consistent with what I play. So when I say that, like I've played games, sure, but I stick with some of the same games throughout so many years. So
Okay. So you're a big Call of Duty Warzone player. Like I
hmm
mean, I love it too, but I think you love it
yeah,
a little bit more than I do. But
probably.
like, what was your favorite Call of Duty and why? Like
Black Ops
ever?
2.
Okay. Yeah,
Oh, for
that's
me, Black
mine
Ops
too.
2.
That's
Yeah,
mine too. Yeah.
Black Ops 2 was a game that like I couldn't get away from. So like playing up to that, like it was okay, but Black Ops 2 was different. I don't know. It was just it felt like they actually took the time with that game and it was just fun. Like I feel like there was just that was the game that you went home to go play for like hours, like
I'm
into the next
telling you.
day. Like,
My schedule, like when that came out, like, so I think I was like, I don't know, like, I think I was like 27 or something when that came out.
okay,
And like, it was literally like go to work, right?
yeah,
And then I would go to the gym, hoop. lift,
Mhm.
come home, and I would play that from the time I got home. So it'd be like 7 o'clock, and I played that till like midnight, and
Yeah.
then that was like literally every day. And then on the weekends, it was just playing Call of Duty all day long. Like that's all it
Yeah.
was. I feel like that game was like you said, it wasn't like they took their time. Like the map
Yeah.
rotate, like the maps were like it felt like they all just played really well. Like doesn't matter what
Yeah.
map it was, like
Just how
and
it
and
looked too.
yeah, and
No,
then
it
like
just
like
looked.
the hit the hit registration,
Yeah.
the like aim assist wasn't too strong, so you
Nope.
actually had to have some kind of like ability
Yeah.
to like
Skill.
yeah, and
It,
man,
it just felt like real, like a real game that you want to play, and it keeps. It's obviously a good game because it keeps people just wanting to go back and wish it would incorporate something, in our game today, but it's not like that anymore.
right. And back then like, you can go on like I mean there was days where I hop on and I might go, 20 and
Mhm.
12 and that'd be my best game, right? But then there's some
Yeah.
games where I would go 40 and 2. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like but like if we play those type of games now, like if you put up a 40 and 2, you're never going to put that up again. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to put you in such a uh like high skill base that you're
Yeah.
that you're not going
Yeah.
to be able to like
We don't
consistently
get
put
those
that up.
bot lobbies.
Mm-mm, no. Oh man. Um so who's your
What? Oh God.
who's your favorite content creator out there? Hey, no,
You.
no,
What
no,
do you
stop it.
mean?
Would you stop? Just stop, okay? Just like be just for real for
That was
once.
real
All right?
smooth though. Like
No, I
I
do
was
already
quick with
do.
it. No, I honestly like watching, I think I'm trying to think of who I really started watching. I remember hearing about Dr. Disrespect, and I think that's what I kind of started watching people, and then I'd find people that don't have a lot of viewers and I'd go watch them too because a lot of them were more quiet and it was just game. And that's what I wanted to watch, was just somebody playing a game. But and then Sparrows came.
That's where
So
we
that
met. Yep.
so I loved watching him.
Yeah.
But
Blackout
then
days.
yeah, Blackout, I would always have to go home and start watching his like I'd put it on, like it was part of my routine. Like I just liked watching him play, and it was
Yeah.
how he interacted with his chat. So for a while, me and Sparrows were like this in my living room. But then I think that was more so of like I love watching Average too. I like how he runs his stream. I like how he interacts with his chat. But there's a lot of similarities with you two. Like every time I go into a stream, it's you talking like 99% of the damn time, not paying attention to the game. But I enjoy that. I think that's like a great skill to have in streaming. And just that whole world of streaming is so hard, and I always give it up to people because I'm a huge introvert. So for me trying to talk to people that they can see me but I can't see them, like that's hard.
Yeah.
It
That's
takes,
difficult.
some confidence and some skills. So um I look up to all of you guys that are able to do that, and I enjoy watching all of your guys' streams. I always try to check in when I can. So I
And I
appreciate you
appreciate it.
guys because you guys get me through my day. So,
Well, thank you, and I
yeah.
know I appreciate your support, and I know Average does as well. And yeah, I mean, for those who don't know out there, me and Rena met through Spiros' chat. I think we both kind of gravitated to his channel. Well, I knew him way before she did, just
Yeah.
because him and I played some PUBG together. But
Mhm.
um, his blackout was just like it was just like second to none.
Yep.
Like he was the best. He
Yeah.
was the best. His personality was awesome, and he was just like a genuinely like good person. So
Yeah.
like you like to support people like that. So shout out to
Yeah.
Spiros. Um, he's doing
I
his
joined
thing
him
on
at
everything.
I joined him at 30K when he only had 30K subs. Like I know that's a lot, but to where
That's
he
a
is
lot.
now and like how many he has, like it was cool, but yeah.
Yeah, I've been following Spiros since he was at like 1500.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we used to. He's come in my chat. I used to go in his chat. I miss seeing him. He jumps in every once in a while, like maybe once every like 6 months or a year or whatever. But
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
I know like the life of a content creator.
Hmm.
It's tough, man. It's tough to
Yeah.
like
It's
check out
hard.
people. But
Yeah.
I check on his stuff every day. I might not be in there chatting all the time, but I always got him tabbed up. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah. So you started off on console, right? So like,
Yes.
when did you know it was time to switch to PC gaming?
When you kept picking at me to do it, no, just kidding. Um, I think it was so. I think it goes back further than that though, because I went from obviously console and playing on TV, on like our big TVs that we would have in the living room, to then saying, I think that's too big for me. Let me go to maybe like a bedroom TV, or maybe I have one that's like smaller I can put in a corner or something like that. And then from there, it was okay, let me look into a monitor. So then looking at monitors and looking at gaming desks, like that's when it started to like just I kept climbing, climbing, climbing.
Yeah.
And then I think it was I was on a PS4
Yep.
was the last thing, and it was just like my graphics were starting to bug me. Had a
Right.
really good monitor, but something
But
was
it
still
it couldn't.
missing.
Yeah.
It just there was something else that I needed.
The console
So
couldn't measure up to the monitor.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So
Yeah.
then I that's when I kept talking to you, average, everybody, and then I pulled the trigger, and then from there on it's just like a whole new world.
It really
But
is.
obviously I still want to do more, get, something upgraded in here just for the gaming experience of it, but maybe. But I
I don't
enjoy
know.
it.
Your rig is pretty nice. I mean,
Hmm.
it's pretty nice. Like it's pretty powerful. So,
Yeah.
but like you know how it is. Like
Oh yeah.
you gotta upgrade every. Usually
Eh,
with PCs, it's probably like every 4 years, every
yeah.
four or
Well,
five
and what
years.
what number is it at now for the graphics card?
Man, they're in the 40 series. So
Yeah.
I mean, even I had to upgrade from. I had a 1080, and then I upgraded to a 2080 Super, and then I upgraded again and got the 3070 Ti, and then I put the 2080 Super in my stream
Mm,
PC.
okay.
So that's kind of overkill, but I
Yeah.
might as well just go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I mean, it's good though because like consoles, like you can't upgrade a console. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Right.
like
Yeah.
once that thing is like topped out, you got to wait for the next gen to come out, and that might be
Right.
once every 8 years. You just
Hmm.
never know.
Yeah.
All right, so what is the best BR that you've played and why?
That's hard. BR, like, are we talking like any BR?
Yeah, it doesn't matter what BR.
Okay.
It's just whatever one you had the most fun with.
I kind of want to say Halo.
Well, Halo wasn't a BR though, right? That was
No?
just multiplayer. No,
Oh,
they
it's
just recently came.
multiplayer.
No, they
It
didn't even
just,
just recently come out the BR.
no. Maybe I'm
They're
thinking
thinking about it.
multiplayer.
Yeah, yeah.
I played so many multiplayer games. Like, I think, honestly, Warzone was my first BR game.
Okay, so you didn't play Blackout or what?
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I don't think I played it as often as like I would say Warzone, to be
Yeah,
honest. Like it was okay, but it didn't grab my attention, if that
yeah.
makes sense. So I think I'll be completely honest. I think Warzone was probably my first VR that like I enjoyed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So mine, obviously, like I played, I played H1Z1,
Hmm.
and that one was good, but it just like it, you couldn't aim down sights. It was like all third person aiming unless you had a
Okay.
sniper. So I didn't really
Hmm.
like that because I don't have the best eyesight, as we all
Yeah.
know. And so like, but it was like it was fun though. Like it was more arcadey, so like you could jump out of moving vehicles and not take any
Oh, okay.
damage. But it was like PUBG at the same time, so I felt like it had a nice mixture of both. But then PUBG came out, and I actually bought my gaming PC, or I actually bought my PC because I saw I was on this guy Stat. I watch his stuff, uh, and he was playing PUBG, and I'm sitting there watching him play this game, and I'm like, what game is this? You know what I'm saying? Like this
Yeah.
is like, and at the time, like this was like early access, so like the graphics weren't very polished or anything. It was just
Mm,
like they're just kind of like getting a hold of everything,
yeah.
and but like I'm just sitting there like, yo, this is like hardcore. Like this is like for real, for real. Like you shoot somebody, they are dead. Like I was
Yeah.
like, man, I gotta play this. So I'm like in the chat, like, what game is this? I want to play.
How
And
do I
it's
get
like
access to it?
it's only on PC. Man, by the weekend, okay, I
That's
had my
right.
PC.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, I have to play this game. So then I got it, and then I had so then it came out for console
Hmm.
um like 6 to 8 months later or something like that. And then shortly after that, that's when Blackout came out. And I wanted to get into Blackout because I loved Blackout. We like
Yeah.
Black Ops 2, and that was the
Yeah.
closest thing to Black Ops 2 was Black
Yeah.
Ops 4, right? So I was like, man, I'm gonna play Blackout. But then they just kind of did a little too much like stuff in there. Like it
And
wasn't
I
just
think that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. It was just too much. Like, I
like the
don't know.
grappling hooks, and it
Yeah.
was
All.
fun watching people do it,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. Like I just want to just point me where, just
It
tell me
was
where to
so
shoot.
frustrating.
People flying over your head and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'll grapple to the sky randomly. Like, that's not what I'm trying to do.
right, exactly. Oh my god. But yeah, I mean, but I feel you. I think Warzone, like the first Warzone, like
The f- Not
man,
yeah,
we didn't.
the specified first war
Yeah,
zone.
the first Warzone. Yeah, like
Yeah.
and now we appreciate now like how good it was,
Yeah.
And so, I
Not even
mean,
that, but they cared more. They
I
cared way more of what we wanted and what we needed in a game back then.
I don't even know if that's true. I just don't know if we knew what we wanted or needed. You know what I'm saying? Like they had to come out with something for us to be like,
True.
well, we want this now instead of that. And like, and actually, I actually think that the Warzone 2 map is, I don't think it's like, I don't think it's bad like everybody thinks it is, but I think
Okay.
like I think it should be like PUBG where like they should scrap that whatever map they had in between
Mhm.
those, but just rotate the old map and this map. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
just give us an experience to where we can like, it'll feel fresh like all the time instead of
Right.
like same map, same map, same map. So, but
That's
yeah,
I don't ever understand why they can't incorporate that because I feel like they would attract more players back to their game because they actually did something that can allow people to play whatever map they want for even put it for a certain amount of time. Make it a limited event or whatever, like just
like one
something
weekend
like
a month or something like that.
yeah.
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 Um, I mean, I think I know why they lost the player base, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Um, so did you ever play like any like role playing games like Uncharted or Tomb Raider, or you said that you played
Tomb
like Tetris? I mean, not Tetris,
yeah,
Zelda. So
yeah,
like,
Tomb Raider back in the day. Yeah,
okay,
but no, like I don't know how to really I played a lot of shooting games, but shooting games that like were like old, like just shooting targets or I don't know, like I played a lot of Grand Theft Auto because I liked just shooting things
right, and running things over.
and
Yeah,
running things over. Like, so I'm I'm so simple. Like I find shooting games and like Grand Theft Auto was cool though because I enjoyed all those the different objectives and stories and stuff like that. And yeah, that was a way off topic, but
okay.
it
No,
led me
no,
to
that's
that.
perfect. No, no, that is a game that is considered like a role playing game, and I think it's
Yeah.
a great game. I actually didn't play any of them until
Really?
I bought the GTA 5, and
Okay.
I played a little bit of like the campaign, but I never finished it. But and
Yeah.
that's only because like had it not been for these BRs, I would have like I would have like I would be playing other games, right? But like
Yeah.
now that like you've played a BR, it's kind of hard to like go back to a
Oh,
regular
yeah.
multiplayer game or like a
Slower.
story mode
Yeah.
game, you know? Like
Yeah.
you're like, God, I want competition. Like I want to fight
Yeah.
somebody else and like
Yeah. Let me
prove
go
to them
punch
that I'm better
somebody.
than them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
all right.
That
So-
I think it's been like I haven't played Grand Theft Auto in a really long time, but like you said 5 and like I played all those I feel like in the beginning like stages of Grand Theft Auto. So, it was cool to just see how it's evolved. I haven't played one in a really long time, but I just don't think I could get back into it.
well, check this out. Like I've always, well, not always, but like for like the last like 4 or 5 years, I've like been trying to campaign that if any game could have a solid BR, it would be Grand Theft Auto. Like think about the content that you can make in a game
Yeah.
like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they've had large maps for the longest, right? And
Oh,
it's like,
yeah.
and then like it's very detailed.
So detailed.
And then
Yeah.
like the customization of like your player. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you could have a person that looks just the way that you want to put like make them
Yeah.
like instead of
Yeah.
like them giving you a character, like you can design your own character. I think that
Yeah.
and that's why I say like a lot, you know, Shad gets mad at me when I say this, but I say that every game should have a BR, like a BR option. You know, if it's going to be a shooter,
Yeah.
it should have a BR option because people are always looking for the next game to play. And I feel like if they had a GTA, oh my God, I would, I'd be on that all day, every day for real.
Yeah. I That'd be so interesting. I have all these like wonders now in my head. What if what would
Yeah.
that even look like?
Right. Right. I mean, obviously, like it'd be like not as massive, right? But like they'd
Right.
cut off a certain
Yeah.
part of the map and like, you know, I think they had like a mod for one. I th- I know that they had a mod for like a multiplayer,
Oh shit.
like a TDM type thing, which was pretty fun. I played that a couple times.
That's cool.
Um,
I
but
didn't know that.
yeah, but like you know, the next GTA 6, it's gonna be on
Mhm.
a new engine. It's gonna
Mhm.
be extremely polished. And you got to think that they have to be thinking about it. Like just think about it. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
Just
Just
think about it.
just let us
Or
yeah.
if or you could let people mod your game. You know what I'm saying? Like they let people mod their games. You know what I'm saying, to like make different modes or
That's true.
and so maybe let somebody mod it into a BR or whatever. That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah. A beta.
Right. All right. So, um, what's the best video game movie you've ever seen? I look, we talk about movies every once in a while, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
Yes.
I know that y'all watch some movies. So I know that you got to have something like that's a video game movie or that you've seen that's one of your favorites.
Um so I was a big Power Ranger
Ooh.
fan
Okay.
growing up. I
Yeah.
mean, like
Which
I'm
Ranger?
talking
The Pink Ranger or the yellow?
I
Which
was
one?
not I did I hate you. I did not like pink growing up.
Okay.
Okay. So red was
Oh, yeah.
always
All right.
me.
Yeah.
But I had
That
like
is
the
your
old
color. You do like red.
yes.
All
And
right.
oh, I wish I would have brought it in here. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But I had like the whole sleeping bag growing up, like the pillowcase. Like that was Power Rangers was I was the white Power Ranger, I think, for
Yeah.
Halloween.
Tommy?
Yes, I had the red one for another Halloween. Like
All right.
so, then watching the movie, like I went to it and I went to go watch it. I think it was okay, but
Did you go see the new are you talking about the 2017
yeah,
one?
yeah, yeah,
It was
yeah,
pretty good. I liked
yeah,
it.
yeah. It was good. I just like I was just so focused on the movie because I was like, oh, this is my childhood. Like
Yeah.
I love the Power Rangers,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. Oh, my I have a backpack. So my mom cleaned out the garage in our room and I have one of my Power Rangers backpack that is just filled with different things, but it's like old school. Like I'll have to take a picture and like put it in the Discord or something, but it's dope. Like it's like
Okay.
just back in the day, you know those backpacks that you just had to have your favorite superhero on or whatever the case was.
Yeah.
That was me with Power
Oh,
Rangers.
okay. Okay. Yeah, I was more of like a. Actually, I did love the Power Rangers. I ain't even gonna lie. Like my Power Rangers had girlfriends. Okay, they may have been my sister's Barbies, but they were getting. You know what I'm saying? They loved them some Power Rangers. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
So
I don't care what anybody says. Power Rangers were dope. Okay.
Power Rangers were dope. They were dope. You know, I was kind of disappointed with that movie. I'm not gonna lie because I felt like there wasn't enough like martial arts fighting in the
Yeah.
movie. It was just like
It was just a lot of
training.
acting and just
Yeah, and then like they go from training, then all of a sudden like it's like they're going to fight. You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah,
like it
yeah.
wasn't enough like I don't know fighting
It was
like
a
the
little
little
boring.
yeah. It could have been better, and I thought they would have expanded and made another one, but
Yeah.
didn't
I would have
happen.
just loved to watch an old show episode or so, something of the old school Power Ranger episodes back in the day.
Oh man, that'd be so
All
corny
those
now though. You
graphics
wouldn't
though.
wanna you wouldn't wanna watch that now. That'd be so corny.
Yeah.
All right, so now this is a similar question, but it's a little bit different. So, like, what is the best movie you've seen based off of? What is the best movie you've seen based off of a video game? So, like, it's not an actual like, like Power Rangers was, it was like a
Yeah.
video game but it's just like there's video game stuff in it. Like for me, it would be like Ready Player One. Like I don't know if you've seen that, but it's like one of the best movies I've ever seen.
No, I
It's
haven't. I don't know. That's hard. I feel like the only other maybe movie that I've seen that has any like connection to a video game would be like Ninja Turtles.
okay.
But I watch a lot of action movies like John Wick and movies like that. So to try and like I don't go often to movies that used to be video games or like are animated characters if that makes sense.
Okay.
But Ninja Turtles was probably my last one that I enjoyed. But that's because I was just a big Raphael.
I'm Raphael. Don't mess with me, Rena.
Oh,
Don't
what?
mess with me. I'm Raphael. All right. Me and him got the same personality. All right. Don't mess with me.
Raphael was my dude. I liked him.
Yeah. Um. What was I gonna say? Um. So, what do you think about the state of gaming and like playing like the Warzone and running into these hackers and like it doesn't feel like back in the day,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, like where we could jump on and if we got killed it was just like damn that person is good, you know what I'm saying, I gotta
Yeah,
set my
like
game
good
up.
shit.
But like now it's like damn were they using something, you know what I'm saying, like now we
Yeah.
gotta question like everything.
That's such a hard question because it's almost like it makes me upset to think about with gaming because I love gaming so much and I love Call of Duty so much. And you know me, I defend this game so much. But up until recently, I think it was with this new map, I was telling you, oh my gosh, I think I actually cannot stand this game anymore. And it sucks because I can go and try and play Apex, Super People or whatever other game and play it, but I just don't feel like, at least with Call of Duty, like it just doesn't feel like it's ever going to change. And that sucks because that was, I told you, probably my first like love of BR, and playing like consistently. I played, of course, Black Ops and all those other games back in the day or whatever with Call of Duty, but like Warzone was dope to play to me. Like it was just a different concept for me. So to see like what it was and how it is now and Cronus's and everything that you can think of to have on your computer and not get caught, like that's just crazy to me. And that
Right.
sucks because it ruins like that experience. Like think of all the little kids that love playing Call of Duty, Like this is their game compared to our games that we grew up playing back in the day. Like
Right.
That sucks because no matter what they play, they're gonna have some type of cheater because of the world that we're in now with technology. Like
Yeah,
we're never getting away from it.
yeah. And speaking of like how do you think it should be handled like with these like cheaters and especially like in the competitive scene like the you know like the Warzone content creators that are
Yeah,
very suspect and like and then just like other people that are out there playing the game that you know they're
yeah,
not streaming but they're still you know they're still cheating, they're ruining it the experience for us. Like how do you think it
right.
should be handled?
I,
um
I well, is it Valorant that has a really good anti-cheat system? I've heard that like their game's anti-cheat system is one of the best to have in a game because it hardwire bans or whatever the people that get caught with it, and like there's just so many barriers, and I don't understand why that's not like a universal thing for games. It's almost like these companies are allowing that because it brings them more money in some aspect,
it's
and
all
it's just
about money.
greed.
It's all
Like
about money, yeah.
because if one company can do it and be successful, why wouldn't the other companies follow suit? Like
Right.
to me that challenges your integrity. Like what are we really playing for at this point?
And that's why it's like hard for me, like you know I love Call of Duty and I
Hmm.
love you know Warzone, and then like so like when you ask me to play and I'm like no, like I'm gonna play
Yeah,
PUBG, you know what I'm saying, because it's just like how can I put in so much time into a game that like they don't care, you know.
yeah,
And
yeah,
so like I love the people that I play with, you know what I'm
right,
saying, but at the same time like if I have to question every time I die like how did I die and like what are they using, then it's just like
yeah,
I'm not having fun with it anymore.
right. It's stressful, and a game shouldn't be stressful. Like this is supposed to be our stress reliever.
Exactly. Exactly. So you used to play Apex a lot. I remember you used to play Apex more than you played Warzone.
Yeah, I
I
streamed
remember
it.
I got you.
I feel like I streamed it also just as much or if not a little bit more too, just like late at night playing Apex. Yeah.
I know, and then you be like, "Come play Apex." I'm like, "It's just too much, you know. Like it's just it's doing too much. Like I gotta put up a shield. I gotta, you know, I go down. I gotta put up a shield. I can't do it. I can't do it. Like I know it's smooth though. Like you
It's
know,
so smooth,
it's
yeah.
such a smooth experience. But at the same time, like you know, because I used to play. I think Titanfall is the same company that made that. I used to play Titanfall, and I love Titanfall. I actually I was wishing that Titanfall would come out with the BR, to be honest,
Yeah,
but
I remember that talk about that like whole BR thing, but it never happened,
I
right?
know,
Yeah.
no. But like I just want a BR that's like it could be arcadey, but I also want it to stay simple at the same time.
Yeah.
Like not too much stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I feel um like Call of Duty is perfect, but like do you remember back when they, like in Warzone 1 when they brought out it was Warzone like hardcore and it was
Oh
like
yeah.
you drop down and it's just
Yeah.
ground loot.
Yep.
There's no mini map, there's no
Yeah.
UAVs, there's no
They had
nothing.
so
Like
many different modes with that whole release of that game.
yeah,
It was fun. I liked it.
I
I thought it was cool.
man, when we were like yes, like this is what we wanted, like a faster
Yeah.
PUBG, you know what I'm saying? And it didn't have to be third person, you know what I'm saying? So like,
Mhm.
you know, because I like playing PUBG in third person because it was built that way. But like I'm come from first person shooters, Battlefield, Call of Duty, and so when they had that, I was like, oh my god, like yes. So like I think it was like me and Marco and like Too Big, like we jumped on and we played that like because this is what we were used to from PUBG, right? It was like
Mhm.
hardcore, like no UAVs. It's like if you see me, who's got the better gun skill? You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Right.
not you running straight to me because you got a UAV and I don't. You know,
Mhm.
I don't know. I love that. I wish they would bring that back. I think that would bring a lot of more people that from
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
spaces to because
Mhm.
they don't want all that extra stuff too. Even though Call of Duty is kind of simplified, but it's
Yeah.
not like there's a little too much with that too. I think
Yeah.
so.
I'm also about Apex. I'm hearing that like their ranking system that they have is like completely shot right now. I don't know what's going on, but like higher ranked players are being put in lobbies with all beginning ranked players. So
Mm,
it's not something's happening to where their like rank system is all messed up right now. I guess
dang.
that's probably a big reason as to why also Nick Merckx is playing besides his bundles. But I
Right.
think that's another thing because he keeps talking about it too. Like I'll chime in and so I don't know what's going on with Apex right now, but it's not doing any better than
As
Call
well.
of Duty.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so like if you could put bits and pieces of all the BRs that you've played into one BR, like what would those pieces be to make the perfect BR experience for yourself?
um, I don't know if I'd have a big map, but like that's one of the things with me and playing like BRs is like the maps to me. Like I'm thinking of a map that is obviously realistic and like all the terrains and different shit like that, but the size of the lobby, I think too, like if I could put a lobby of I don't know, like 120 people or even 100 like and I like the objectives. I think I would have that in my kind of BR too. Like I think the objectives for money and being able to buy and customize your own guns, I think is something that I would just always keep. Like Apex, you can kind of customize it, but like Call of Duty, you can add attachments and you can change the you can tune it or whatever it's called now on your guns. Like I like that.
Hmm.
So I think it's probably gonna be really similar to Call of Duty, but um I would change like just the amount of players that are able to play on a map at a time against each other. I would definitely have penalties for people that leave games early. I can't stand that. 'Cause, you know, I tell you, I play a lot with randoms just to pass time or whatever, and that irks my nerves every time that people leave. But that's going into detail, but I would add those little key components to games
Okay.
and obviously have a really good anti-cheat system.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll get everybody there just like that. The,
I'm
the
gonna start
anti
with
cheat.
that actually.
Yeah. So so for y'all who don't know, like Rena hit us up in Discord with the screenshot of 24 kills. Like her PR more than I've gotten, and it's just like how did that gameplay go? Like how did like did you even realize how many kills you had?
I was literally gonna start with that. I was just rotating through games and just playing, and I always get partnered with randoms that suck or that leave or just, and when I say suck respectfully, I mean like they just don't play the way I do and they just look lost half the time, so I'm having to help them, you know?
Mm,
So I just keep playing whatever and then I have the voice chat on, but like I don't always talk to randoms, but I hear them
mm-hmm.
and they're like, "Oh damn, this player is at 17," and I'm just playing. I look up in the corner, I'm like, "Oh shit, that's me." And so I'm like, "Whatever. I'm just gonna keep playing because every time I look at my kill count,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is, but I get bombarded with players or I get sniped out of nowhere. Like, so I was just like, whatever, just keep playing."
Yeah.
And then it was just a final circle, and it was like boom, we won, and I was like, well, I wonder what I ended at, and then 24, and I was like, what the hell? I was like, I didn't even expect that, but it was just all my shots were on. I know naturally I don't use anything on my PC. It just felt like every shot was on.
Yeah. You just
I
in
just
the
had a good
zone.
game.
You were
I
just
just had a
like
good game.
yeah. You know, sometimes like it could be PUBG, it could be Warzone. Like some days, like I'll jump on, and
Yeah,
my shot is just on point, and then like you're about to have some type of decent game,
you're
right?
about to
Like
have your game. Yeah,
right. I mean, and even if it's not a PR game, it's gonna be like a high
good
team
game.
game, right?
Yeah,
And like you don't
a
have to
solid
like
game.
force it either. It's just like things are
It was
coming your
flowing.
way and you're just
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Um
It was insane. It was fun. I don't know when I'll get close to that again, but I'll be ready when it does.
well, you just got to
I'm
keep on
excited
playing with
for
these
that.
randoms.
Yeah.
You just got to keep on asking me if I want to play, and then I'll say no, and then you
I
say a random, and then you get another PR.
know. Exactly.
All right, so you are a. Let's get into the sports real quick before we get off of here. Um, so you're a Raiders fan. Uh,
Yes. Yes,
like,
I am.
what do you think that they need to do to like have a successful season? Like, do you see you being good this year, or is it just gonna be another year of just like you're just trying to bridge a gap until you can get another big quarterback from like the draft or something? Like, what do you
Yeah,
think?
because I don't know if you've heard, but there's I don't know how true it is either, but something about Garoppolo's contract, like or he failed his physical. And so now his contract could be taken away or
Okay,
whatever. So we might not even have him as a quarterback on our team. I don't know. But I just think we need a whole new owner.
okay.
And that's really hard to say because I've been a Raiders fan since I was 5. But it just gets worse. And we keep paying people that we end up losing them because they get DUIs or like something just happens and I don't even know if that like has
Man,
anything to do with the fact that they're coming to the Raiders and it's just bad luck, but like
I don't know. I think like you're saying like it could be the organization period, but at the same time yeah, man, like don't you take care of your you know what I'm saying? Like yeah, these are young dudes that
yeah.
just end up doing
But
dumb
other
stuff, but
teams
like
have young dudes.
yeah, but like look, you're my investment. I'm paying you millions. I'm going to send you with a driver. You don't have to drive. Wherever you need to go,
Ah,
I got you a driver. You know what I'm saying? Like who's
yeah.
that? Like the Rugs dude? Is that who it
Rugs,
is?
yeah, and he was just
Like is he done for
like,
good?
oh
He's
yeah.
done, right? Like
Oh,
he's in
he's
jail,
serving
right?
like 2 or 3 life sentences or something like he's I'm so disappointed in him. That was one of the draft picks that I was actually super excited of. Like,
He didn't even play a game, right? Like that was like
no,
right after he got drafted that happened.
right after. Yeah, like I think I don't even know if he played one of those preseason.
I don't think so. I really
Yeah,
don't.
like that I was actually really excited for him. But yeah, I think this as a whole and now with our coach that we have now and all the Patriots players that are coming to our team and it's just like crazy. Is that a coincidence? Like I just don't know what we're building anymore. And
I
that
think
sucks because it just feels like we're lost.
I feel like they're trying because they got they got the old offensive coordinator, like that's your head coach, right? Like
Yeah.
McDaniels or whatever. Like I think he's getting people that were in a good structure, and so that
Yeah.
they're getting guys that are going to come in um, and play their role or whatever. But back like for like the last like 10 years, you guys have been letting go of like your best players, which is it doesn't make sense. Like who's the defensive who's he a defensive end that you guys let go and he ended up going to like the Bears or something because of
Oh, Khalil Mack? Are you talking about him?
yeah, like how you let that dude go? Like for
That was literally the worst trade to me that could have happened because we were building. Like
yes, and he
we
was still young.
oh my gosh, and he loved work like playing for us and it was just everything worked. Like I have no idea what that even why that became a conversation. Like that was so weird to me that we even allowed that.
Right. And now you trade your tight end.
Yeah.
Like this dude's young and one of the best tight ends in the game. Like what are you doing? Like what are you doing? Seriously.
And
Excuse me.
we have Crosby. Like Crosby is probably our last hope at like just a solid player to play that front end and get sacks when we need to. Like and I'm thankful because he hasn't left us yet, but like we just don't have any solid players as a whole. Like it's just one or two individuals that make plays for us, and then they leave.
Yeah. And
But
I even liked Carr. I know that you're not a big fan of Carr, but he was a genuine like good dude. I
yeah,
think you got to have somebody like that, especially at the
yeah,
quarterback position. I'm not saying
absolutely.
Garoppolo's not, but clearly, like we don't even know if he's going to end up
I
playing
don't
for
even
you.
know. Yeah,
Um,
and I liked Carr, and I always want to stress that like I didn't always not like him. I was happy that he was going to become our coach, and I think he did a really great job for us for the beginning few years that he was with us. And then he hurt his knee, and that just changed the whole dynamic of like the team. And he's always a great motivator and a great talker, and he's a great player coach if you want to say too. But um, that injury really messed him up, and I hope he does well for the Saints. Not whenever I don't even know if we play them, but
yeah.
um,
But now you got Devonte Adams, and he ain't got nobody to throw him the ball. Like,
right. Sorry, my camera is like, yeah,
I don't get
yeah.
that.
And I think they put a franchise tag on Josh Jacobs too.
Okay.
I don't know how I feel about franchise tags, but he still seems to want to be with us too. So
Yeah, until that franchise tag is up, then because
yeah,
they're not
and
going to
Josh
do it
Jacobs
twice.
is probably our best running back that we'll have for a really long time.
Hmm.
Like, so we'll see.
So yeah, it's
Uh,
coming down to ownership, really, basically.
yeah, absolutely.
All right, so let's talk about basketball. Your sons, like, I know that you didn't even like you weren't even campaigning for KD. I know that you got him, and you're like, well, I got him now, so like, let's go.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah,
know
I
that
want to
you're
put
like
that out
me.
there. I was not on the bandwagon
No, she
for
did not.
KD.
She did
I
not want
was
him.
not.
She wanted the depth with Cam
Yes.
Johnson and
Bridges.
Bridges. She did not want KD. So,
No.
but then you got him, and like
Yeah.
we talked. So we're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
KD has never led a team to the finals by himself. So like, what makes you think that he's gonna come in and help lead your team? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. I don't also like I don't know if you remember, but like you said when we would talk or whatever, I even told you that I'm trying to enjoy watching Katie on our team. Like when he gets on fire and he has his shot, it's fun to watch him. Like
yeah.
I enjoy him being there. But man, when he doesn't show up, he does not show up and he hurt himself like
Oh my god! When he hurt his ankle, I was like, "Are you serious? Like, this dude can't even go up for a
it
layup."
was so early. I don't even remember like if he played. I don't even think he played. I don't remember.
No, he hadn't even. He like had sat down because he was coming back from a
Yeah.
different injury. Then he came
Yeah.
back to like the first game, the first home game, and then he sprains his ankle. Then he's out for like another like I don't even. It was like 8 games or
It was
something. I'm like,
so long. It was so long. And I like when that happened, I was like, oh my God, my Instagram is gonna blow up right now of just like DMs and stories about what happened. And I was like, oh, this is so embarrassing. Like I knew it. I called it. I knew he was gonna injure himself.
"Oh my god!" So who do you got in the finals? Like who do you think is got a good chance of winning it?
I am going for the Heat. I
Okay.
am one of those people that are gonna go for the Heat.
Because
I
Denver
think
beat your Suns, or just you like the style of the Heat, or what?
I'm gonna be honest, it's both. So I wanted, and this is so hard. I don't even know if I want to say this on record, but I was pulling for the Lakers.
I wait a minute.
Why is my camera
I don't.
not focusing?
No, it's fine. It'll focus when I upload it or whatever.
Okay.
Um, that is so. You're the reason why they lost. Jeezy, Rita's the reason why they lost because she was going for the Lakers and she hates LeBron. You are the curse. God, we found it, Jeezy. We found it.
Uh,
Oh my god. All right, go on.
I cannot stand Joker. In my most respectful basketball opinion that I can give, I don't like how he plays as far as like taking advantage, I guess, of his popularity, maybe. Like the wraparound for me is crazy that he can get away with that often.
Right.
And their coach bugs me too. There's so many players on that team that just irk my nerves. But I think they are a hard team to win. And obviously it shows. I mean, this isn't the first time that, they've come this close. So, or when did they get eliminated last finals?
It was the last conference finals in the bubble.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
like they have obviously improved every season. They're just a nightmare to play against. So, as much as I want the Heat to win, I think it's going to be really hard. And I pray that it's not a blowout
Right.
because
You want to
I
see a
want to.
close series no matter what.
It's the finals. Like the
Right.
Heat hustled to get to this point, and Jimmy Butler is fun as hell to watch, and I respect his game as much as his personality. He's so funny to me. But
He's a
I'm pulling.
competitor.
Yeah, he's a competitor, and I'm pulling for the Heat because I really hope Tyler Hero is. He should be playing. I
Yeah, I
don't
think
even
they
know
said
if
about like
he's.
game 3 or something like that.
Yeah. So, um, if he plays, then I hope that like that changes the dynamic and they actually give up a fight because it should be like that for the final. So hopefully the Heat win. I'm rooting for Jimmy Butler. That's me.
Look, see, I don't have a dog in the race now. I man, like if I wanted somebody on my team, that's
Hmm.
is Jimmy Butler. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Yeah,
who I am out there, and that's what I want is somebody that's like gonna lay it all out there. They're gonna take accountability for how they play. Um,
yeah.
and but Denver, man, like they literally have every piece that you need to be a championship
They're
team. Like
trained
they got
like
a
of a
they got a
team.
they got a very very good point guard. Um,
They got a bench
they got
too.
a nice little shooting guard. I first of all, what's his name? Caldwell Pope. He ain't play like that for the Lakers. This
I
dude must have been mad. He must have been mad at the Lakers because that dude was not playing like that for the Lakers. So they got
I
him.
had to look him up and be like, who is this guy?
Yeah, he was on the Lakers championship team in the bubble. Like, I mean, but he was like sorry as hell after that. And I'm like, yeah, this dude ain't it. But now he must have been mad at the Lakers because he played his ass
Man,
off. And then you got Michael
yeah,
Porter Jr., who's nice. Like, not he's like
yeah.
a Klay Thompson without the defense. Um, and then you got Aaron Gordon. He's a solid power forward that's
Oh
going to do his
yeah,
thing.
he messed
And then
us
you got
up a few
Joker,
times.
Joker.
Joker. Yes, Joker. Joker is just he's big. He's big and he's strong. Like
And he don't look like it.
no. No. Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, so who are you going for? You're
I'm
going
going. I'm
for
going for. I'm not going for it. I think Denver will win, and I think
yeah.
they'll. I think it'll be 4-1, maybe.
Okay.
Um, but I would like to see a 7-game series, a 7-game finals. That would be
Yeah.
insane, right? Like,
Yeah.
because after
I
this, all we got is golf and tennis all summer
I
long. You know
know.
what I'm saying? And I ain't
Yeah.
watching none of that. So
Baseball.
yeah,
Yeah.
in baseball. So
Yeah. I think it's gonna go 7 games.
okay. I mean, I hope you're right, but
I think it's gonna go 7 games. Yeah.
I'm
With
gonna
Heat
let
winning.
with the Heat winning. Okay. I'm gonna let you get to the game. You know what I'm saying? The game is on. I just want to say thank you so much for your support, Rena. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for being on the podcast. I really appreciate it. And yeah,
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. It's a long time coming. I'm so happy that we got to do it. So thank you for having me.
for sure, for sure. But all right, y'all. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button if you enjoyed the content. If you're new, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.